Now the partner is gone, the fun can begin panning. It's like we were sleeping over there, but all I could dream about was this gully for some reason. I'm gonna grab my scratching tool, my spoon, and my pan. We'll go for a walk. That was a super cool night's sleep, and I'm pretty sure it was mainly because of the rapids. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a rock under there that's like bobbling. Anyway, super soothing to sleep to. What is it? Monday, about 11 o'clock. We are in no rush. It was cool. Fire's out, Sarah's gone. Oh, what a fun camp. Let's get up that gully, see if we can find some colour. Maybe I should have made Sarah come with me. Whoa. Whoa. Well, I tell you what, there's some places to come and dig when there's not as much water. Whoa, I did not know this was here. Wow. Oh. Just years worth of exploration. Wow. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. That's like a perfect trap if ever I've seen one. Oh, I'm gonna have to come back here when it's dry. Wow. Well, that depends if there's any gold here. Look, though. Crevice. That actually looks pretty good. I'm going to give him a crack. And, yeah, okay. I need to get to Bathurst. So this is like one hell of a distraction for a fossicker. Sorry about the camera movements there, people. I'm looking everywhere. I'm not watching what I'm doing. I've got to get up there another 50 metres. Don't know about those crevices. Wow. This is so wicked. What a wonderland. Just point out, there's this really nice crevice here that looks pretty tempting, but I'm just going to point out because I've been looking over here and there's this big rock you guys can see, and if I had the crowbar I would be, it's a floater, that one, you know what I mean? Come on, gimbal. Yeah, he's just sitting there, that fella. And I reckon if I did have the crowbar and could get rid of that rock there, see there's this that crevice there, and that one down there. Here's my finger. Just need to hunk, get that rock out of there. Without the pry bar, that is not happening. can tell someone's been here before. That is an oddly placed piece of quartz. I don't think nature did that one. Where's that crevice? Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah. Time for a spooning. So, story time. I know this mine manager back in Hill End. We were yarning the other day and he told me a funny story. He said way back in the day he painted all the safety rails around his mine yellow. Nice bright colour for safety so no one could fall down into any areas or hurt themselves. And after a few years he did a day mining and it was a windy day. And he said at the end of the day, he looked down in his sluice box and it was just lined with gold. It was just full of gold and he was like, what? He was so impressed. But unfortunately, when he went to start washing it all up and processing it, he realized that the yellow paint had flaked off the safety rails and the wind had pushed it into the sluice box. Yeah, funny stories. I reckon there is some colour up there. I'm not going to jump the gun and say that it's going to be loaded with gold. It's just that I know in my gut I better get out of here. If I continue to do this, I am never going to leave. Yeah, as I said, I think that there would be some good colour up there, but I am not going to hang around and keep looking, otherwise I will never get to Bathurst. Come on, girlie, better saddle you up. Right, it can take me a little bit of time to saddle girlie and put all of the booties on. Where's the booties? But we have left the campsite. Day 2, adventures continuing. Cool. Native Dog Reserve, that one. That's what the sign says back there. I'm not stopping girlie, we're on a mission. I couldn't get the camera out fast enough. Native Dog Reserve. Cool. So many good camping spots along here. It's funny that we're all camping here, just like the diggers did back in the 1800s, when they were most probably walking. What's this one, girlie? You'd think I would know all of these like the back of my hand, being born and bred in Hill End, but I don't. Tattersalls Hotel Reserve. I said hotel reserve because all I think when I see Tattersalls is hotel. Tattersalls Hole Reserve. But yes, it's a popular name, that one. for gold and Hill End and pubs, from as far as I know, Tattersalls. While I'm talking about pubs and gold and Hill End, you know, ever since I washed that pan this morning, fossickers will understand this. It's like there's an itch that you eventually get to scratch, and then when you do scratch it, it's only a matter of time before the itch haunts you again. All I can think about now is gold, gold, gold. Man, I just don't want to dig over there. I want to dig over there. I want to dig over there. But I've got to travel. So I was really wanted to put like 4 hours of travel time in today. And I'm going to like walk an hour and then ride girly for an hour and try to change it up like I've been doing. But I have to say, all I am thinking about now is gold. Ever since washing that pan this morning. Goats. Wildlife down here is bananas. Gold, gold, gold. That's like all that's going through my head though. Yes, girly. When you travel on horseback, you go so much slower than in a car. You see so much more. I don't know if... Oh, they're up there again. I don't know how to... I think I just saw 2 black swans. They look like, you know, storks, the fish eaters, but they weren't, and they were black. I'm not sure if I just saw 2 black swans. And now, thinking on it, like other than the kangaroos, there's been goats, there's been deer, there's been wedge-tail eagles, there's been fish, and then there's been girly. But, place is thriving for sure. I'm gonna see if I can get these 2 black swans on camera. I can't even... Anyway. They just moved up the creek again, the river again. I don't know what they are. They're 2 very beautiful black birds, there's no doubt about it. Look at that, I just learned how to zoom while I'm filming. You guys are gonna see, like, so many more different shots now. Like that. Hang on, here we go. Where's the zoom? Nope, they are 2 ducks. They are not the birds that I just saw. I repeat, there they are, all the way up there. Woo, girly. Wow, no, they're way different birds. They're going up. Cool. Well, that's a zoom in of Girly's head. Okay, ready? Zoom. Goats. They look quite panicked. Alrighty, what are we coming up to a spot here? I don't know what it is. But we'll have a bit of a yarn, hey? While we've got so much road to go, because I get asked a lot of questions, and one of the questions I get asked a lot is, does anybody still like make money out of gold, like live off the pan type of a scenario? And that is a very small group of people, I'd say, that do. Back in Hill End in the 80s, it was every second man was, you know, knew how to wash a pan, and there was a large group of people that were living off the pan, so to speak, in Hill End. But today, it's pretty hard to do that. My main answer is it is mainly a hobby sport, a hobby, and it's fun, a really healthy one too. But I did know a fella that just lived off the metal detector and the pan and gold. Not a very rich man though. His name was, we'll just say Bob for now. It wasn't Bob, but Bob used to live in Hill End. Amy Anderson Reserve. Cool. But Bob used to live in Hill End, and he was quite poor, but he found gold. He made it work. And Bob, like most prospectors, change location, go looking for gold elsewhere when it dries up into a spot. And I imagine most prospectors are like that, really. But it wasn't too long ago he was retelling the story about Bob, saying he wasn't a very wealthy bloke, but he was just getting by off gold. Didn't look very fun. He was camping most of the time, but it was a thing. And I was retelling the story, and not too long ago, believe it or not, somebody said to me, Bob is all the way down in Whoop Whoop. He's found a really good patch. Apparently, he's doing really good. So there are lucky strikes. I mean, and that's what those prospectors are out there living for. These stories of good gold areas are actually real. I thought they were just stories myself, but they're like Bigfoot to a certain degree. Just hard to capture on camera. Oh no, girlie, a bridge. We better pay the fee, pay the toll, and check underneath for the troll. Bruin bun. I'm going to learn. I think there is just so much still to learn in Hill End, and I've just met this wonderful American, Chris. If you're watching, mate, hey, I hope all's well. But I've learned a lot off him about content creation, and I've realised I am walking content. I mean, there is so much more to learn in Hill End. And for me to learn, it's gonna go forever. But there is rich history here. Beautiful, rich history. This is the sad sight of Hannah Adams, who unfortunately, like many children, did not survive the gold rush times of Hill End. She was named after her grandmother, and it's a bit tricky to locate her grandparents' grave, and it's sad we're losing specific details of history. But I found out her grandfather, James Adams, was born in England in 1808, and that he arrived in Australia in 1848. He made his way to Hill End in 1853 and enlisted his occupation as a gardener. He probably was a gardener, but stepping into the mining and gold industry like everyone else back then. He had 5 children with his wife, Hannah, and he died in Hill End in 1907. That made him 99 years old. I had to get off back there at the cattle grid to open the gate for Girlie to get through, and I decided to do a bit of walking, give her a bit of a break. But it got me to thinking, because I just realised that old Ted told me that we didn't get a hospital in Hill End till 1873, and the place was booming well before then. And he said that if you were sick, you'd have to walk all the way to Bathurst to see a doctor. Funny that, but that would have not been cool if you were crook and you had to walk all this way. But Yeah, following in the footsteps of crook people and diggers and horsemen. The list goes on. Another little bit of trivia I thought of while we were walking along. Moving the cattle up the hill. Don't look now, but there are like 50 kangaroos up underneath that tree over there. I'll make a noise and they'll move. Ready? Well, we'll see how close we can get first. Oh, mate, I know which noise I'm going to make now. I just figured it out. Ready? Bang! Oh, they must be town roos because they're waiting for a second shot. So, question mark. On there, bang! Nothing. Well, the goats are moving. Here we go. Can you see 500 kangaroos up there? If I put the on center. Oh, there's even more top left. Whoa. Yeah, that's like a lot of kangaroos. I got a bad feeling that the Broomben could have been the last bit of the pretty bit of the bridle track I'm travelling. I could be on a long, lonely road right now. I could even make it to Bathurst tonight, you never know.
A representative of The Guardian recently had a chat with Mr. J.A. Adams, who may well be called the father of Hill End. The old gentleman is 91 years of age and a native of Herefordshire, England. He landed in this colony in June 1848 before the discovery of gold, and has been intimately associated with Hill End for the past 45 years. He was the first man to plant a fruit garden in the district, and 41 years ago he planted the now large acacia tree which stands opposite Foster's Hotel. Mr. Adams took a trip home in 1860, returning in 1861, in the ship which brought the first English cricketers to visit Australia. In 1872, Mr. Adams and his wife again went home and lived for 2 years in Newport, Monmouthshire. Business, however, recalled him to Australia, and he returned through Europe, visiting France and Turkey. His wife died 6 years later, and of his family, 2 daughters are in California. One is married to Mr. Marshall of Hill End. The old gentleman is wonderfully hale and hearty, and his facilities are absolutely unimpaired. We wish him all good health and hope that he may reach his century. News has been received in Wellington today of the death of Mr. James Adams of Hill End, which occurred yesterday. The deceased gentleman had reached the remarkable age of 99 and had lived until the 1st of April of this year. He would have been 100 years old. The late Mr. Adams was the discoverer of Hawkins Hill, Hill End, which in the opinion of many was the richest goldfield of its size ever opened up in Australia. He was a man of truly wonderful constitution, and almost till the end had the use of his facilities. In the mining world of this state, no name was better known than that of James Adams, the veteran of Hill End. whose memory will ever be associated with that famous mining centre and the rich gold-bearing reaches of the Turon. He leaves a very large number of grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren, amongst the former being Mr. J.W. Marshall Wellington, whose mother was a daughter of this remarkable interstate of longevity.
Well, girlie, they say no road is too long with good company, hey? Don't worry, I'll do the talking for you. That was a lot trickier to do with one hand for some reason that time. There's tar over there. Look. Look how creative I am now that I know how to do the zoomies. This must mean we're getting close, girlie. Tar, a sign of civilization. Wow, we have not seen this in like 24 hours. We're gonna have to go through the gate. I have to get off here. Ooh, up the legendary steed. Ugh. No, I just did like an hour of walking. That's only been 10 minutes. I just realised, I'm not sure if city people know this, and I'm not trying to do city versus country type of a thing, but in regards to gates, leave them how you found them. That's just one of our sayings out here, which means if you go through a gate, close it behind you. If the gate's already open, leave it open. Leave it how you found them. I was prepared for this. A long, lonely road and a man and his horse. Got me to thinking a little bit though. Like all of the people back in the day that were travelling this road with their friends and their horses, I don't think it would have been that bad because I'm still in pretty good spirits. I've actually had the boombox cracking, just cheering along. And I think there would have been a stage where like they were all in groups, they all would have known how to play a musical instrument, they would have had supplies, you would have had your mates with you, and you know, you're off to the hill end goldfields as well. There was that spark of, how do you say, possibilities. And I just don't think that, and there would have been inns too, all the way from here to hill end. There have been places to stop and get supplies, and yeah, it's amazing how we went from like so stretched out to now so cluttered. Yeah, the Wimbendale rivulet. Getting closer. There isn't even a marker to tell me how far away Bathurst is, and I'm probably too proud to wave down like that. It's an adventure. These cattle have been following us. Yeah, it's part of the old Bridle Track road just there in the middle of the screen. It's a bit of a pity the sun's going down. There's Got a mouthful of beef jerky, excuse me. This looks like our camp for the night, girlie. As getting to Bathurst was a bit of a dream tonight, but I think we've still got a long way to go. But getting girlie some food at the moment is my main priority. Well, sun is going down, and I have put up a little marker for Sarah. It's my saddle, I'm sure she'll see that. And found a nice little glade for girlie. Oh, and look at the dry wood that's here. Tonight's fire is going to be a breeze. But I've got some ropes so I can make some yards up for girlie. And getting her some food at the moment is the main priority. Happy days, doing good. I haven't done it tight because if I owned that fence, I would be upset if it was pulled out of whack. But in seriousness, what ingenuity. Huh? Happy days, girlie. Chill out. I'll get the fire cracking. We'll wait for Sarah. So Sarah has arrived. I know you can't see her. Hang on, I do have a torch in my hand. Where is the torch? 1, 2, 3, bang! Strobe light. She's happy with the torch in her face. Sorry, sweetheart. Okay. And girlie is down here in a new pen. She's also pretty happy. And we're just talking Bridle Track. We're talking the older timers, because we are actually camping on an old section of the road, which is really weird that we're actually camping on the actual road itself from who knows when, because the real road's up to our right. So I don't know how old this road is, but I'd like to think that it was part of the original Bridle Track. And we got talking because we were beside the river last night, weren't we, Sarah?
Yeah.
And that was beautiful. But tonight we have got the stars, and I'm pretty sure no one at home can see the magnificent view that we can see. But, you know, in saying that, I need to tie it all together. Sarah, come over here. Do you know any constellations?
About the stars.
Yeah, like the Big Dipper or...
Pretty familiar with the shooting star.
The shooting star.
Or the saucepan.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Well, I'm glad you know what a shooting star looks like. But yeah, the Big Dipper is the saucepan. I can't see it right now, but I can see the Southern Cross and the Scorpion. And the Milky Way is sticking out. And that's why I'm sort of talking about this, because if you're camping on the Bridle Track, stargazing is a must. Learn some constellations. Wow your friends. So you can point out the Southern Cross, the Scorpion. And it's super eerie how everything can come full circle, because I actually bought girlie not far from here on the Bridle Track.
Right.
She originated from the Bridle Track. She's an ex-trotter, but she got rehabilitated or retrained or trained up, you know, broken into the saddle. And I bought her not far from here. And when the lady dropped her to my place, she had a daughter with her, and they were looking at the stars just like this, because Hilllanders, you know, it's like this. It's beautiful. And this is, yeah, I know, right? This is your education. I don't know if you can see it, but people, if you get the chance, this is a rare one I am now educating you on. It's different. It's an Aboriginal constellation. It's called the Emu, and it's in the Milky Way. So if you get the chance, look up. It's got to be without a full moon. It's got to be a very dark night. But if you get the chance, look up at the Milky Way and only look at the dark parts. Only concentrate on the dark parts. You may have to tilt your head a little bit, but when you see it, you can't unsee it. Because up there is the head, there's the neck, there's the body, and there are the legs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll never forget the lady who dropped Girly off, and I thank her because of Girly and teaching me an Aboriginal constellation, the emu, hidden in the Milky Way. How cool's that?
It's pretty cool, babe.